Hey guys, I'm Trevor and this is...
I'm Summer.
Yes you are.
Still.
Yep. And we are here to showcase the Force 2 couples van. It's a 22-foot full off-road van with a flat floor. This is an amazing update on the design.
No wheel arches.
It has a center ensuite, so it's for if you are after privacy and kind of like seclusion and a little bit of space from your partner sometimes.
Yeah, you don't like your partner? Or no, look, a lot of people, someone wants to sleep in and someone's an early riser, that's really great. If someone wants to work, someone wants to nap,
yep,
that's really big.
Or two people working because it's a big U-shaped
club lounge.
So you can kind of both work at the same time.
Lots of bench space, lots of workable space. Essentially, this is a little apartment on wheels.
Yeah.
Is how we like to call it. It's also great if you have a guest staying because the club lounge is that big that it actually makes a full-length bed, which I'll show you when we go inside. The buyers for this van typically we find are people that travel full-time, people that work from their van, and people that travel a lot, that want something really rugged, they want something dependable, and they really just value the space inside. They can bring what they want, they don't have to leave things behind. And they want something that's really good looking.
So probably kind of, if you're new to caravanning and you're worried about being in a tight space, this would suit you because it's really open.
And it tows great. So if you're new to caravanning, don't be frightened or worried about towing a 22-foot van because our vans, we make in-house, by the way.
In our own factory.
Right behind our office.
1600 Sydney Road, come and check it out. Happy to show you through the factory.
So they tow great. Like honestly, for when people, the very first van that I towed when I started working with Kokoda was a Force 2, and I was a little bit nervous at first, but the minute you start towing, it just goes right behind you.
It kind of follows you, in a way.
Weirdly enough, not in a creepy way.
Doesn't stalk you, it just follows you.
Yeah.
So yes, it's really good from that point of view. Full off road, so it's going to get you where you want to go, and get you down by the river and just enjoy your space.
Did we talk ATM and tear?
It's 2.85 ton tear with a 3.5 ton ATM. So that's a lot of capacity to be able to take on a 3.5 ton tow vehicle. This van has an upgrade, which you can option on, which has airbag suspension, so you can level it off, which is so handy.
We have done on this van is on our display van, so we can show people.
Yep.
So
this actually takes it to, you can get it rated as a 4 ton. So if you have a bigger tow vehicle, like either a Land Cruiser with the upgraded GBM or a Ram or a Silverado or something, where it has a higher tow rating already, we put this on, you've got a higher capacity and you can really load it to whatever you want to do.
Not that you're really going to take that much stuff. I mean, that is a lot of stuff, but perhaps you option on extra water tanks. And because we've got the flat floor, you can put dedicated drinking water tanks. So if you are off grid for a long time and you do want to option on a lot of stuff, you have that capacity with this van with the airbag suspension.
And it looks really cool.
It sure does.
Super cool.
Are we going to do traditional thing and start at the front again on the van?
Let's start at the front.
Okay. Trevor, quit mucking around and tell us about the front of the van.
Once again, full off-road van. So the way that make that happen is a Cruisemaster DO45 or DO35, stands for 3500 or 40.
Why do we have a 4.5 on this one, Trev?
So this one's got the airbags on it, as we just mentioned before. So you have a higher tow rating, which brings it up to a DO45 coupling, which can be rated from anything from 3.5 to 4.5 ton. We'll sort you out with that. So the coupling is actually an articulating hitch. So it'll take in all those lumps and bumps and things that you might come across going to some really cool spots. Here's your handbrake, jockey wheel. You've got your, what's this called?
Stone mesh guard.
Yeah, what's that for?
It's for rocks. If you don't want rocks hitting your van, this is good. And because of how it angles, it kicks the rock back down, not back up at your tow vehicle. 2 9-kilo gas bottles. We've got a tray on the A-frame for your hoses or for your leads. There's a water tap there to rinse off your tootsies if you'd like.
Tootsies?
Your tootsies, your toes. On the toolbox, we've got mounted a 5-liter diesel tank, and that's for?
Diesel.
God, he's good. It's for our standard. That's a hard word to say.
Is it?
If you're me. Standard diesel heater in the van. We've got a pretty decent sized toolbox on here, and Trev, if you go around that side, you can open it up for them and show them.
Yes, boss.
Thank you. How much stuff you can fit in there.
So these are massive. You will fit on this slide out tray. It's made for a fridge, so it has a 12-volt point here, but you can put a barbecue or generator or whatever else you want to put on here. Fridge is pretty good, and then generator the other side or barbecue. It has got points to tie those down so you don't have to move them around.
And it's really strong too, very, very sturdy.
The outside of this van does hold a lot of off-grid space. So this kind of makes an off-grid van, not just the capabilities from the battery systems and the solar power on it, but actually just the storage to be able to make the space good. Yeah. So being able to take extra food, being able to take the generator for extra power or a barbecue to kind of go down to the beach and cook up with everyone else or whatever it might be. Having that extra space for that off-grid adventure is kind of part of it. Yeah. So that comes standard. Put that bad boy away.
I think we finished off the front and we can move around to the entertaining area this way.
Massive, massive tunnel boot right across the front. Pretty kind of normal on a van. You can put a slide-out kitchen on here. There's so many different types of kitchens. So we can help you out with anything that suits for what you guys' needs are. Otherwise, you can, once again, if you have the barbecue or Webbecue or something, you can place it on a table and move it around where you want to go. It comes with the gas point, so you can connect that straight up. You don't have to have an installed one. Yeah. Above the boot there? Yeah. This is currently showing it as an orange light. It is also white, so it's the orange is like someone likes to call it. Bug off. Bug off light. The bug off light. So an anti-bug light, so when you put that on, the bugs aren't going to be attracted. It has got a white light as well. It will attract the bugs, however at dusk there's not so many bugs and it's pretty handy. What if they're really hot? Like what if the person's really hot? Well then we should send us some photos. Then the bugs might still be attracted to you. Oh, I'm seeing that. We showed you. I like that. We showed you here before the airbag system. This is an option, so you can upgrade this to any van we have. It's a auto leveling for ride heights, and you can offer a remote to level off the van. I did already level that summer. Oh, he just leveled it, so I won't. You know what? We'll do a B-roll for that. We'll show you that. That's an option. You can add that to any van. Let's continue through the van, Summer. Okay. Under this massive awning with the center awning cradle, we've got our other two lights here. We've got our entertainment area where you can mount your 24-inch smart TV inside or outside. That's where you plug in. So 12-volt points, 240-volt points. So if you wanted to charge your phones out here, you can, and we do. Or if you have your speaker, you want to charge that, you can plug it straight in. Picnic table for picnicking. Picnicking. Yeah. It's funny that it's called a picnic table, because I don't think you'd sit around this table. And nitpick it? Maybe it's a nitpick table. It is really handy though. We'll use this for like sunscreens, bug sprays, empty water bottles. Do you know what I like to do? I like to recommend to people to get 2 picnic tables because. Wow. Yeah. Because, you're just into like excess. Well, no, it's because like for the stuff like bug spray, sunscreen, hand wipes, all the stuff that you have that's there. If you have a second picnic table, then you put more stuff for your wine. Oh, okay. And your wine glasses. Yeah. And your food and your snacks. The good thing is with the Force 2 model is that you do have space for a second one. Not all vans have that space, and you do. But I do highly recommend it as an optional upgrade. Yeah. We've got really sturdy steps now. I've got this. How sturdy? Yeah, so sturdy. I've got this step here because we're on a bit of a slope, and with the flat floor, we do have really good height on this van, so you can go on some really great adventures. Our steps are very sturdy. And we now have a 3-step, so it looks exactly the same and it comes out as 3 steps. About the same height actually. So you don't need to take this, and someone might show you some evidence of that. Yep, I forgot about the 3rd step. That thing is like what? I went to Nationals at the end of April, and it's early June. It didn't hurt. Clearly. It didn't hurt at all. We'll jump to the back. Before we do, I just did want to show you the awning. So huge awning, as you said earlier. These are really easy to use, like super easy. We get asked this question all the time. It's like less than a minute out, less than a minute in. So it's not a problem at all. For one person too. For one person. Yep. And you don't have to be strong. Summer can do it on her own. You don't have to be tall, as per Summer. Don't have to be strong. You didn't see these babies? True. So like they are really easy to operate, and whether it be windy or not windy. The only thing with wind is they can get a bit of a rattle up. You can, and to get rid of that, you can put like a anti-flap kit on it and rafters. I basically got to the point of, I didn't even bother about that. It's so easy pulling it out. I'll just pull it in at night, out in the morning, and it's like super easy to go. Awesome. You can rope them down, you can put a privacy screen on them. The world is your oyster. These are really good though. These are the best awnings, manual awnings we've got. You can also upgrade to an electric awning. Push a button on your phone, and it goes out. Push a button, it comes in. So you can upgrade to that if you wanted to, but these awnings are mint. Let's hit the back of the van.
I think you like the awnings.
I do.
Let's not hit the back of the van.
No.
We can talk about it.
Yeah.
How weird is this? It's, what's June 8th? June
Henry
7th.
the 8th I am, I am
Nope.
Henry.
I am Henry the 8th I am. Henry the 8th I am, I am.
Nope, I said
yeah.
June 6th. We're gonna get there. It is so warm today. This is a bizarre winter.
I'm
for
in a
us.
jumper and a vest.
I mean,
so
I'm
it's not
actually
that
quite warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could smell the camera guy from here.
Yeah, we could. Anyway.
Two spares. Boom!
Full size.
As opposed to what? Half size?
Yeah, half size. Muddies. Why do you like muddies, Trev?
Muddies. Mud terrains?
Yeah.
MTs. So the mud terrain tires, firstly and mostly, they look cool. Actually, if you're going to go like really remote locations, which I really hope you do, they've got a really strong sidewall, so you can allow the pressure right down. So say on a corrugated road, maybe 30, maybe even 25 psi, which will really allow a lot more absorption of the lumps and bumps and vibrations. And if you go on the beach, which I hope you do as well in WA, it's amazing to be able to drive on the beach. You really do need to drop the tyre pressure in the van quite a lot, as it's a big anchor to tow. So the mud terrains are much better than any other tyre that we find. And once again, they look cool. 2 jerry can holders for your jerry cans. Someone likes to
Not
point
your
those
jerry
out.
cants.
Oh my gosh. So in here you can put water. If you're going to go somewhere more remote, that's pretty handy to fill the tanks up and stay there longer. Or extra fuel if you're going somewhere very remote.
You
Or
could put firewood.
firewood. Some people also put their chocks, their ramps to drive up onto. With airbag suspension, if you option that, you don't need those ramps anymore. You just
No.
press the button and
You can put whatever you want in there.
Yep.
Essentially.
Your driving lights, and what's that up there, Summer?
That is a Bluetooth reverse camera. The nice thing about that being Bluetooth is if you change cars, you don't have to have it rewired. You just Bluetooth it. Pretty self-explanatory. They're really cool.
Not like eating a ballpoint pen. Blue teeth.
Oh my God. Oh, the dad jokes are plenty. We are gonna have new tail lights.
Down here.
So if they order this van, not this van, but if they order a Force 2, you're gonna have some pretty wicked new
That
snazzy
are
pants.
Super cool.
They're all aerodynamic.
Yeah. So they will be. You won't get these lights. These are cool, but the other ones are cooler, and you will get the cooler
We'll
ones.
show you if you ask us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drop down legs,
Oh yeah.
they drop down.
Oh, you know, forget about all these things we have. This has got on all of our vans rear recovery points. So if you go and get yourself stuck on a beach or in the mud,
Like Trevor.
which is pretty fun to do, you can get the car and the van pulled out with these. They are that strong.
And,
So,
why do we know that?
Ask me how I know.
Because he's done it.
And then right next to it here, you got 2 battery boxes. As standard, this van comes with a 150 amp lithium battery and 400 watts of solar on the roof, which is pretty good. It's going to run all of your 12 volt appliances, that being your fridges, your lights, your fans, water pumps,
Stuff,
TV.
things.
So basically, it'll pretty much run itself. The only time it won't is if you're under trees and you didn't have enough sun hitting the solar panels, in which case you've got the toolbox in the front, you can take a generator, or if you wanted to, you can take bigger batteries. It comes standard with these 2 battery boxes. As I said before, it has a 150 amp hour battery standard. Each of these boxes, however, will fit a 300 amp hour battery each box.
So if you times that by 2, it's
I don't know.
600 amp hours.
600 amp hours, which is absolutely
lot.
massive.
Yeah.
So if you had a 300 amp hour in one, and then later you chose to add another one, you could just drop a 300 amp hour in the other box.
And there's a heap of real estate on this, the flat one-piece composite roof that we've got now.
Yep.
So they could put probably, I reckon we might be able to get 1200.
I think you can fit 1200
Yeah.
watts of solar on the roof.
Yeah.
So it's a huge system. It really depends on how you want to use it. We can set it up how you want, and happy to have a chat through what that might be.
Speaking of huge,
This van
Huge.
has 2 full-size tunnel boots. So you got this one all the way through, little light in here, which works, which is just amazing when things work. So you got a full-size tunnel boot here with access, and another one at the front. So big chairs, fishing poles, pool noodles, so you can actually river noodles, whatever you want to call them now.
floaties,
Floaties, yeah, floaties.
or if your kid is little and is drinking out of your drink, There's those kind of floaties too. Remember that when your kid was little?
That's gross.
These floaties in your
Full had a visual.
Yeah. You're welcome.
You've got your 240 volt inlet. So if you are running a generator or connected to power, you can plug straight in there, and then your safety switches here. What are these, Summer?
These are our fill points for our water tanks. As a standard, we have two 110 liters, so 220 liters of water on here. Obviously, we can option on more. If that's your jam, we can make that happen.
Well, the 220 liters, so normally...
It's actually a lot.
Yeah, a couple, maybe like 40 liters a day is about use. That's with showering and stuff.
That's a lot too.
Someone wouldn't use so much.
I would not use that much. No, it's because I'm efficient in not showering.
Just smells like a fish. It's not a fish. So 220 liters, that's like, if I can't count, 4 to 5 days of a couple of normal use. So quite a bit, and then you've got your jerry cans on the back, so you can go and kind of fill those up and top.
How much water do you use? That's.
When you shower.
I don't use that much.
No, clearly.
But even showering, you know what it is? It's because I don't sit in the shower and waste time like you do.
That's washing my hair.
That's you in the shower.
That's me washing my hair. Down here is your mains water inlet. This is what Summer needs for all her showers. So if you connect up, then that just bypasses the tanks and pump, and it'll just run your water straight through, and you have unlimited water, or if the town would say so, probably be water wise. What are these?
We already talked about the tires. You don't remember?
I remember.
Okay, so how about we talk about, speaking of showers, go ahead. If I stink that bad that I have to hose myself off outside because I'm not allowed in the van.
Yeah.
I just did your joke for you. You're welcome.
That's because that's what she does. This is an option, so this is not standard. People will add this, really if they've got dogs more than anything, give the dog, it's a hot and cold shower, so you can wash your dog off, especially if it loves swimming in the beaches and
one of our Force 2 couples, they're big surfers.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they really wanted to have the outdoor shower.
Yeah, so it is handy, especially, yeah. So beach environments where it's super like salty, so you might have a swim in the morning, have a quick rinse off, you don't have to go in the van for that.
If I'm around Trevor too long, sometimes they get super salty.
She's a salty person. Let's have a roll underneath and show you the underneath of the van while we're here. This has got the independent suspension as standard. This van's option up with the airbags, but I can show you the difference on that now.
Yep.
So guys, under here we have the trailing arm independent suspension, standard on all the vans, and it has the dual shocks. That means that when you're going over lots and lots of corrugations, which is lots of this kind of action, these are not going to get so hot that they fail. They're going to go really well. Normally here you will have a spring setup as standard, and that works really well. This particular one has the upgraded airbag option, so you can basically level off when you go on site. The suspension works pretty well on all those corrugations, just about the same as the spring suspension. It's really the benefit of this more than anything is that you can level off when you're on site. The brake wiring's all very neat. It comes with a Deutsch plug, which is a plug that's really not going to fail from rocks and stuff like that hitting it, and all really neat sort of work underneath. So that's the suspension. So just to show you guys how cool this is actually real time. This is the air going up, showing how far up and how fast the van actually moves, going from all the way flat to all the way up. So it's got a huge travel range, and that's the top. So lots of road clearance and lots of ability to level off the van on your uneven surfaces. So now back up on the side of the van, we have a
well, I was going to say, you
hatch.
got under the van and did the crappy job under there.
Yeah.
So I'll do the crappy job here.
Nice.
Zing! Talking about the cassette toilet. It's a 20-liter cassette toilet. Pretty self-explanatory. Poos and wees live here, where they should be. We can do composting toilets. We can do
dry flush.
Dry flush. Just ask us and we'll talk you through all the toilets. But don't be afraid. This is super easy to do. Rolls around like a carry-on piece of luggage. It's really, yeah.
There is so much to think about toilets, and there's really not one solution that fits everyone. It depends on the type of traveling. Oh God, it's getting worse. That was a shit joke. So let's have a chat about what you're doing and what not exactly what you're doing.
Not what you're doing.
We get it. We get that bit. But like the type of trip you're having, and we work out the right toilet for you guys, and happy to install anything
It's a common question for a lot of people that aren't familiar with composting toilets, and because we've tested them, we can give you some really honest feedback. So a lot of the people, when they're on like YouTube and they're looking for solutions about composting toilets, they're paid people that are talking about composting toilets or other
They
toilets.
might miss some of the bits that aren't so good to do.
Correct. So anyhow, super easy. Yeah.
Hey, do you notice what? This is where the fridge is.
Get out.
That's where the fridge is. Normally you would have 2 big vents here. We don't have those big vents because we use a Thetford
74.
You what?
It's big.
274 litre fridge. That is massive. Massive fridge, massive freezer, and internally vented. So you're not going to have all that dust sucked in the van. Dust is not a thing. It's a thing of the past.
And that's
it's a thing, but
what
it's not
normally
in the van.
comes in, is in the vents on the side of the van. And even with like some of the steps, like the vans that have the internal step wells.
Oh yeah.
You're getting all that dust. So we don't have that.
Yeah,
We
all
don't
gone.
have that.
So pretty cool. And also when you're washing the van, it was always hard to not get the water in the vents, especially the higher one.
Yeah.
So now you just wash away.
Smooth.
All right, what's this?
Speaking of vents, what's that for?
That is your hot water heater.
Good job.
28 litre. It runs off gas and or runs off 240 volt as well. So it takes about 15 minutes to heat up. So really
By
quick
the
to
time
heat
you
up.
had your coffee, it's hot.
Yeah, or beer. I don't drink coffee, so especially if I'm on holidays, it's definitely beer time.
Fair point. Yep.
The second full-size summer boot, which we showed you from the other side, and the rear one as well. So lots and lots of external storage on this van, and when we show you inside, which let's head in there now, tons of storage inside.
Yes.
Not tons, but like hundreds and hundreds of kilos
yeah.
of storage.
Glad you clarified that.
Yes, let's check it out. Summer's already gone inside, it's too quick. I wanted to show you the door real quick. You can lock it, unlock it, pretty amazing. Probably most doors do that. You can also separate them. So you can leave this door latched on the outside, and you can have the fly screen mesh, which is meant to be midgie proof, but you're pretty much, midgies are so tiny.
Nothing's really midgie proof.
Nothing's
They're sneaky.
So you can lock this in and go away for a couple of hours knowing that your van is fully secure. And then on the door, we also have a blind to make sure to keep out that pesky sun if you didn't want a sun. Victorians would not think to ever keep the sun out because we
Oh, I thought you meant sun as in like my kid.
Yes, that too. All right, that is the door. Very simple to use.
I think you guys should come inside and check it out.
So we are inside the Force 2
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
with a massive club lounge, U-shaped seating here.
It's really comfortable.
And it's like, looking out, all I can see is trees from all the windows and behind us. So it's just really
Open.
kind of like, feels like you're still outside, but inside.
It definitely,
nice.
it's just this space in here is huge. And you can see, like, again, using this as a guest room, if you drop the telescopic table down, get a table inlay cushion, this is a very, very comfortable guest bed, if you like guests. And a lot of the people that buy this van, they do like to entertain. They do tend to have people come and camp with them. And if you've got bad weather, you can have,
Well, this
a
would
few
be
couples
the
and you're
only.
playing cards.
This would be the only layout. Yeah, let's say play cards or something. We could have 3 to 4 people quite comfortably, or you can have another deck chair there, and add a 5th person, a 5th wheel. So yeah, it is pretty comfortable, and also just kind of lounging out. Like you got the legs up there. Like I could also sit this way, so 2 people can actually lounge out. There's not another seating design that could do that. So allowing this to happen is pretty good. You can also option on this van 2 recliners instead of this
which
big
is super
U-shaped
comfy
seat.
as well.
So you have 2 recliners and both kick back. There's not many models around that can actually do that. This one you can and enjoy it.
The overhead cupboard space we've got here too. I mean, it wraps around the lounge.
You have got so much internal storage. Like you said it earlier about an apartment on wheels.
That's what it is.
You really have that much storage.
And having the bench space over the 3.5 or 3.2 kilo, no, 3.5, sorry, front loader.
You ready?
Washing
You
machine.
done? You
Yeah, numbers. Like, just tucks away, tidy, plus
the old model used to have
heaps of drawer storage.
Well, the old model in this
dusting
summer
cloth.
used to have the the lift up top loader, which meant you really couldn't use this as storage. Whereas this bench, it's so well finished off.
Well, it just didn't make sense that it was done that way in the past. So we said that doesn't make sense. Let's not do that. The 12-volt fan is standard in the living area here as well.
And in the bedrooms.
And in the bedrooms, yep.
Yeah.
We've got your mount here for the smart TV, same as the one outside. And again, another point in the bedroom. At the entry, a great place to store your shoes. Just there. So I would Kmart it up and I would get a storage tub and chuck all my shoes in there. It's just such a smart use of space that's there. What else?
Look at your toe socks.
I know. I can point to stuff like look at the kick plates that we've got.
The kick plates are pretty cool. Though.
I can pick stuff up with these toes. Sorry, guys. Pantry slides out and slides back in, which would be weird if it didn't, right? So we were talking about storage space in here, under sink, plenty of storage. Like, you really aren't gonna wish that you had more space in this van.
Not in this van.
Your standard cooktop, 3 gas, 1 electric, mini grill below, oven below. If you don't use the oven, or if you're like me and you only use it as a wine rack, you can opt to have just a pot drawer that's there, which a lot of people tend to option on. So with this color scheme, we've also, speaking of options, we've optioned on the brushed brass filtered water tap. That is an optional upgrade, and as is the brushed brass tapware. So this is a new color scheme that we've kind of been trialing, and I think it looks pretty good.
It's pretty nice.
It's pretty nice. I haven't named it yet, but I'll think of something. We discussed before the flat one-piece composite roof. So 35 mil thick makes for great insulation. And it just looks good, doesn't it, Trevor?
So when we say one-piece composite, it's made up of a fiberglass sheet and then solid foam and then fiberglass sheet. So firstly, actually, it's really strong.
And it's lightweight.
It's not going to be able to rot. So even if you've got a leak, it would not matter from a roof point of view, a structural point of view. And it's so well insulated. So much of the heat in summer comes from your roof. And so having this roof like this doesn't allow that heat in. And yeah, I think it just looks really nice.
35 mil thick.
Yep.
As an FYI. What else in the kitchen? So we've got our Bel Air hot and split system. So again, 240 generator or inverter. Same thing with the microwave. And we discussed the no vent on the back of the fridge, the 274 liter fridge. It's huge.
Open the freezer too.
Okay.
Thank you.
I was thinking maybe you put something in there to like jump out. A real treasure.
And you have storage underneath. Why do you have storage underneath something?
Because the pump's not there.
Yeah.
Why isn't the pump there, Trev?
So we've actually designed the water pump to go into a full encased bracket underneath the van for 2 things. One, you pick up storage space, which is great. We use a very quiet pump, which is good, but it's still some sound. Outside, you don't have the sound coming inside, and it's really well protected, so you don't have pipes coming in and out. So much better design. So that's standard on all of our vans.
And that's less dust again.
Yeah, once again, yeah.
Very clever. Go team, go.
Yes.
I think, Trev, have we covered everything?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Let me get there too.
Look at how much space.
Let me just walk past your craziness. That's pretty good. There's so much space. There's not many models you can do that to in a van.
Look at all this floor space. So much aerobics in here. So many activities. Do step class.
It's making my head spin how many activities we can do.
And it does not take away from the kitchen space, which is still a massive amount of kitchen space and so much room for activities. Oh my gosh.
Do you want me to separate myself in our center ensuite where we can go away from each other?
I wish we could lock it from just one side.
That's not nice, Trevor. We can talk about our ensuite. You notice that we have this nice acrylic door here. It's very lightweight, but for privacy, it's phenomenal. Sliding door behind me, but if you welcome yourself into the ensuite, again, our beautiful brushed brass tapware, plenty of storage above and below, vent overhead, and do you guys want to see some absolutely stunning tapware in here? Check that out. If that doesn't look like a 5-star hotel, I don't know what does. In fact, if you say it doesn't, I'm just gonna go ahead and call you a liar. Not even afraid to do so. And then we'll go on to the main bed area. How you going out there, Trev? Oh, sorry, he's playing Candy Crush again. Nope, I caught him.
Yeah, it wasn't my phone.
In the main bed area here, we've redesigned the Force 2 to give a bit more space walking around the bed now, which is really great. I'm just gonna push the bed all the way in, push the bed out. We've got plenty of storage underneath. On the bedside, we have 2 niches with a 12 volt and a 240 point, so you can charge your tablets, you can plug in your computer if you need to. And again, with the one-piece flat roof now, we've actually given the Force 2 buyer extra space in the wardrobe. So one of our customers looked at it and compared it to a previous version and said, oh, I've got less wardrobe space. You've actually got about 3 to 4 centimeters more in height now in the wardrobe. And it looks deceptive because of that flat roof not pitching down. We actually give you more storage. So overhead and on either side, there's plenty there. So again, underneath the bed, plenty of storage. Side of the bed, all soft close drawers again. With the push button handles, big windows, big overhead hatch, TV mount, 12 volt fans. We've kind of given you everything that you need in here. Again, the apartment on wheels. The 5-star apartment on wheels, I dare say. Trev, I know you're comfortable, and you look like have you called it? You haven't called it a day. We still got work to do.
I know we talked about storage, but I just want to show some
yeah.
of the storage. So these are massive, absolutely massive. Let's show you some of the battery management systems. So we use
tech stuff.
In the off-grid models. These are a Victron management system. Some people might know the brand. Victron's one of the best brands in the world. Victron management systems actually are 2 things. One, very easy to use, and secondly, actually really efficient to use. So being off-grid, everything's about power usage and how you can generate it. Obviously, you've got the 400 watts of solar on the roof and the 150 amp hour battery. Once again, you can upgrade both of those. The Victron management system has a 100 amp hour charge. That means that if you run a generator or plug in the mains power, you will charge at 100 amps an hour. So if you had, as an example, if you upgraded to 600 amps of battery and you were dead flat, 6 hours you'd recharge. Sounds like a lot of time to recharge. Most other chargers run at 35 amps. So that's, maybe 18, 20 hours to recharge.
Yeah.
So that charge is massive. The other way it charges is it charges from the solar on the roof and from the car.
At the same time.
At the same
when you're
time.
towing.
So if you were running low and you were driving to your next destination, absolutely, even if it was 2 hours away, you will be recharged by the time you get there.
And most systems are not a dual charge system.
No.
So we've kind of upped it with Victron and BainTech. And I like to talk about as well how good their customer service is and why that's important for you as a consumer is if they're giving us great customer service, that also means you get great customer service as well. So I think it's really important that we talk about when we partner with products and brands, it's because they're a good product. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the caravan industry manufacturers like us will get a hard rep on some of the parts, failures. I think that we've got really good suppliers now.
I do too.
I wish it was that easy for all parts, but actually it's not.
No.
There is so many parts that go into a van. And so many
tens of thousands.
Even just the window has so many parts to it. So to not have a part failure is pretty hard. I think our suppliers are really good at helping out and firstly making sure that the part works well, and secondly make sure to support us and our customers long term as well.
It really is key in manufacturing our vans.
Yep. So the battery management system, let's show you that real quick. The screen is very easy to use. It is important that these things are easy to use because you want to make sure it's simple to know how much power you have. So here you've got 100% of battery. It says how much mains power you're using, like 240 volt power, or battery power using, and how much solar is coming in. So from one screen we can see all that. If we flick through to another screen, you can see how much water we've got happening in our tanks, and you can turn your inverter, if you option it, on and off from one button. So it's super easy to use, not so much about calculations and working out how things work. It will really tell you how it works. So pretty cool.
It is.
So the colours in here are beautiful, and as we said earlier, we do have multiple other colours standard, and we can customise to suit your style. Even the flooring. So this flooring, we often forget to talk about it.
Yeah, the Ger floor.
So this floor has like a stain proofing in it. And if you're going to go remote, especially outback, red dust, the floor does kind of go a bit browny orangey because of all the dust you're dragging in and out of the van. A lot of floorings will stain that color and actually you can't get it out. The Ger floor, a bit more expensive floor, standard for us. Yeah. It just means that you can, with a bit of detailing, whatever you've put down on the floor, it will come out.
It's definitely dirt that I get on my floor. It's not red wine. Absolutely dirt.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, good quality build, good quality design, all made in-house.
Amazing space in here.
Yeah.
Can upgrade to the max if you want to. I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it. Mm-hmm.
Come out, give us a call. Come out, check out the factory, check out the yard, check out the van, and happy to help you get on your adventures.
And if you can't make it to the factory, we're happy to do a video call, a live video call, and walk through with you, take it to the factory, take it to the van as well. It's not as good as being in person, but damn it, it's pretty close.
Cool.
All right, that's it.
Yeah, thanks guys, thanks for listening.
Thanks for hanging out in the forest too.
Yeah.
Bye.